A question I have for you. So after deciding to quit porn for good, what are a few good reasons someone, not good reasons, but what are some reasons that people might relapse?
Yeah, I'm really glad you caught yourself there, because I wouldn't say that there is a good reason why somebody would relapse. You know, Karen, I love this question, and this has really been the single biggest problem that I've been trying to solve for really this entire year. You know, when I look back at my journey, it's like, you know, I made a decision on February 14th, 2019, that I was done. I was fed up with the lies. I was fed up with the behavior, and I was going to move past it. And I never looked back. It's like I made a decision and I flipped a switch. And yeah, I'm not saying that there weren't struggles and there weren't challenges, but I didn't experience a lot of the same things that when I talk with men on a regular basis are going through. So I've spent this entire year figuring out, through working with over 200 men in our program, by having over 1,800 men, you know, join other programs that we have. So it's like, what is it that would make a guy not quit? Or what would it that would keep a person relapsing? And I think I narrowed it down to one of two things. Once you make the decision, once you identify, A, that there's a problem in my life and I'm committed to changing, and you recruit some help, whether it's joining Covenant Eyes, getting your accountability software, reading the books, getting a mentor, getting a coach, seeking therapy, hiring a pastor, whatever it is, once you've started down this journey, the only reason, this is my belief, the only reason why a guy would fail is he's lacking the character traits to do the things necessary to live a porn-free life, or he doesn't possess the belief system in himself. And I'll speak to the belief system first, and then I'll tackle the character traits. The belief system operates at a subconscious level. Most of us that have tried or are trying this have failed before. We've gone through the forums. We've put the accountability software. We've talked with other people. We've tried and failed, tried and failed, tried and failed. So even starting again, there's this underlying limiting belief that we're not going to do it. And if you don't believe that you're going to succeed from the beginning, you're never going to succeed. And this is not just with porn. This is a success principle for anything in life. If you don't believe that you can build a body and be a bodybuilder, you will never be a successful bodybuilder. If you don't believe that you can be an entrepreneur and have a successful company, you will never succeed in building a company. If you don't believe that you can live a life without pornography, at some point your subconscious is going to take over. The trigger is going to be too strong for you. Your body, your flesh is not going to be strong enough to fight through it, and subconsciously you're going to give in to those temptations. So the first reason why I believe a guy would fail is just a lack of the belief in and of himself. Secondly would be the character traits. And this is not a knock at anybody, and I always want to preface that, because I think when people hear me say you don't possess the character traits, they're like, I'm telling you that you're a bad person. But character traits are not something that you're born with. There's something that is developed over time. Discipline, willpower, integrity, honor, all of these character traits that I believe we need to possess are things that we have to take action in developing in our life. And if you don't possess discipline, then the chances are that you're going to give in to the temptation. When it's a late night, you've had a super long day, you're stressed, wife rejected you, whatever the case may be. If you don't possess certain character traits, you will give in to the temptation. So Karen, to answer your question, I believe that a guy is only going to fail for one of two reasons: the lack of belief in and of himself, and then the lack of character traits. And we can help you accomplish both of those.
That's very interesting. Oh, yes. Sorry, Sam, go right ahead.
Sometimes we have belief systems that are in conflict with each other, right? We believe that we can change through Christ, but at the same time, we have these faulty belief systems. And those faulty belief systems are often in conflict with what we say we believe. So here's part of what we say we believe, and then we have this conflict that comes in from below the surface belief systems that aren't true. And one thing's true about pornography addiction and compulsive behavior is that we believe a lot of lies, right? We believe that God, I've heard, how many times have you heard guys say, well, maybe God made me this way, that I was meant to have these cravings, or that I was meant, evolution made me this way. And so I was meant to roam the savannah and mate with as many as possible. So that's just kind of the evolutionary process. And these belief systems get in contrast with what is true and what is right, and what the Bible teaches us. We say we believe what God has instructed us to do. We say we believe, I believe we can overcome this. But then as we're trucking along, we've had these underlying belief systems that, you know, when I'm having anxiety or frustration, pain or that I'm thinking about, pornography is my easy way out. That's what I truly believe. So how do you get those belief systems that are underlying, that we don't really pay attention, that we say we believe one thing, but we have these lies underneath that we sometimes believe? How do we make those belief systems conform to an overall belief? Yes, this is where I'm going next.
Yeah, that's a great question, Sam. I believe beliefs are found in actions, not saying. So we can say anything we potentially want, but if I watched you for 24 hours a day, how you live out your life, your belief systems will reveal themselves to me. So that would probably be the first thing that we could look at, is like, actually, let's look at your day. Let's do a complete audit on what you're doing throughout the day, and where's there a misalignment of what you're saying and what you're actually doing. Because a man that lives in true integrity, a man that lives in true alignment, the things that he says that come out of his mouth match the actions that he take. So I would say we gotta look at exactly what it is you're doing, and where are your actions not in line with what you believe to be telling yourself. But yeah, I think our beliefs are found in our actions, not in what we're saying. But I think in your example there, it maybe wasn't so much about a belief, it was more about the character traits. In the one example that you gave, it's like, I believe, in Christ, I believe that I have the power, but when I get stressed, when I get anxious, then the easy route for me to go around is to look at pornography. So that's a lack of discipline or willpower, not knowing what you want most. If you truly wanted to live a porn-free life, if you truly wanted to overcome these issues, then it would require certain disciplines or certain character traits. So I think we're addressing both of them, but in beliefs, I think our beliefs are found in our actions, not in our words.